Hey, good evening and welcome to First Bank and Trust Arena in New Prague. Getting ready as Zamboni finishing up after both teams' pregame skate. We're getting set for New Prague Trojans boys hockey, taking on the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids Panthers here from New Prague. Last game before Christmas break for New Prague. In action one night ago, 24 hours ago, playing a wild one, wild affair against Mankato West that ends in a 4-4 tie. That makes the New Prague Trojans record 5-2-2 on the season, taking on the Panthers from Spring Lake Park, coming in to the contest with a record of 3-6-0. I did get a chance a few minutes ago to talk with New Prague Trojans head coach Brad Drazen, his thoughts on last night, this game, and the Christmas break.
I think they're gonna be fired up for this game. They had a tough one against Jefferson a couple days ago, I believe, and I think they're gonna be. We saw them last year, and they're tough to play against, just gritty, and so it'll be a good test for us again tonight.
Yesterday, a tie. It's could have been better, could have been worse. A weird game. Every game kind of takes its own identity. Special teams, a big part of it. Yesterday, 22 combined power plays. Just summarize. Just kind of yesterday, the vibe of on the bench yesterday.
Yeah, it honestly it felt like a carryover a little bit from Lakeville South, where we were taking penalties and we had talked about it. It just felt like we were talking about not taking penalties, and then we go and take one. And I didn't feel that any of them were necessarily cheap or whatever. I know there's a lot of them back that the guys want back. They're really good kids in there, and they're wanting to do well, and it throws things out of whack when you take that many penalties. And some guys aren't getting as much ice time, and some guys are getting too much ice time, and it isn't a good thing. And we want to play 5-on-5. So I think we talked about it as a group. We watched back the penalties from Lakeville South and Mankato West as a team and just kind of talked through them. And so I'm expecting there to be some improvement from it.
I did think a couple of guys, in my opinion, anyway, and correct me if I'm wrong, took gigantic steps forward. Caden Brigham, obviously on the score sheet, had a very talented goal, a really good shot, made a nice play to set up the game tire. Also, Tyler Applin, I think his ice time increasing maybe a little bit as the trust is increased from the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Two sophomores, right, that they're trying to figure out the high school game, and I think even coming up from the youth program up into the high school, just the idea that you have to compete every day, you have to show up every day, and that obviously as you go more and more higher into levels, the details matter a whole lot more, and they're doing a great job just taking it one day at a time. And I think also Grayson Rue had some good kills and brought some energy, and so that was good to see.
Once again, here with head coach Brad Drazen on the AAI Garage Door Coaches Show. Coach, without assigning blame or anything like that, you were up a goal, we're on the power play, and a couple of shorties ended up in the back of your net. What do you guys talk about scoring situation wise, about when it's too aggressive to go forward, when when we should be a little bit less aggressive? But just kind of summarize that for me.
Yeah, I think what the guys were really talking about, it's still within our structure and our team philosophy of managing the puck well, and and not making plays that are outside of who you are as a player. And so it almost gets just a little bit more narrowed down of if you're gonna go from down low in the offensive zone up to the defenseman, you have to see it, you got to make it, and it's got to be hard. Which we talk about all game, but it just ramps up a little bit. And, it's also like, okay, defense, you can't get the puck blocked up at the blue line. We don't want you to do that anyways, but it really matters. And maybe rather than trying to force something through a shot, you're just going to get it deep, to avoid that turnover up there. So I think we try and keep it within our team structure, but just narrow down on a few details.
Last question, Coach. I thought the net front presence was really good last night. Keenan Huber there, Jackson Whitus was there. Kind of reminded me a couple of years, with Bergie and Braden and a couple of those guys. And maybe that, I don't know if it left, but maybe it hasn't been as prevalent. I thought the net front presence was clearly noticeable last night. And is that something you guys are trying to reestablish in your game?
Yeah, really. We want to be really strong through the middle of the ice, offensively and defensively. And it's something that we definitely have emphasized in practice. And really, it kind of comes from our zone entry of having this middle person going, skating through the defenseman and then being in front of the net, and it just makes the goalie feel a little uncomfortable and gets the D to back off. And yeah, it's definitely an emphasis point for us.
Very good. Well, Coach, best of luck today. Last game before Christmas. You have Christmas plans? You hosting?
Nah, just actually we're going to take the family skating tomorrow morning, come down here and go skating for a little bit. And then Christmas Day, we go to my in-laws. So it'll be a good couple days off.
Very good. Coach, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the first.
Awesome. Thanks.
I want to once again thank head coach Brad Drazen for joining us on the AAI Garage Door coaches interview. Always does a nice job, and I know his time's valuable on game days, but I do think it adds to our broadcast, and we do want to thank him for that. Zamboni is finishing up his job. Both teams have retired to the locker room. We are going to take a commercial timeout. We do want to thank our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible all season long, and we'll hear from them now. When we come back, we'll have your lineups, national anthem, drop of the puck, non-conference action between Spring Lake Park and New Prague. You're watching Trojans Boys Hockey.
Is your garage door giving you trouble? Whether it's a broken spring, malfunctioning opener, or you need a brand new door, AAI Garage Door is here to help. Doug and his team at AAI Garage Doors bring over 20 years of experience to every repair and installation, providing fast, reliable, and affordable solutions for your garage door needs. Serving New Prague and surrounding areas like Belle Plaine, Shakopee, Prior Lake, and more, we're proud to be your trusted local garage door experts. Call Doug today at 952-465-9409 or visit AAIGarageDoors.com for fast, friendly service. AAI Garage Doors, bringing you peace of mind one door at a time.
Home. It's where your story begins, and every story deserves a beautiful place to unfold. At Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, we craft surfaces made for real life. Warm gatherings, busy mornings, and everything in between. From bright, inviting kitchens to calming, beautifully designed bathrooms, we bring craftsmanship, care, and elegance to every space. Whether you're building a new home or refreshing the one you love. Rocksmith Granite and Quartz. You're going to love our work.
If you are interested in a new furnace, AC, water heater, or water softener and want professional and quality installations along with great pricing, give us a call. Full Circle Mechanical, fully covering your home comfort needs. 651-315-2000, and let's go Trojans.
Mental health impacts every aspect of our lives. Yet for too long, it's been treated as a conversation to avoid. At Duck Cup Memorial, we know the cost of silence is far too high. That's why we've made it our mission to bring real stories and life-saving education to schools and communities. Through courage and connection, we're equipping young people, parents, and teachers with tools to recognize and address mental health struggles before it's too late. We do this because we believe no one should feel alone. We do this because every life matters, and we do this because in every season, your mental health matters. Help us bring hope to more communities. Your support, whether through donations, sharing our message, or wearing our merchandise, fuels our mission to end the stigma and build a culture of care. We hope you'll join us.
For over 90 years, Witt Construction has been building dreams in New Prague and the surrounding communities. They're a family-owned and operated business and are proud to be led by former New Prague Trojan hockey players who understand the importance of teamwork and dedication. That's why they're committed to providing their customers with the best possible experience. Whether you're building a new custom home, renovating your existing home, or need commercial construction services, they'll work with you to create a space that meets your unique needs and budget. They also offer a wide range of other services, including excavation and deck building. So no matter what your project is, they can help you get it done right. Visit their website or call them today for more information.
Hero Home Services is your trusted ally in home comfort. Whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, drains, ducts, or electrical, visit callhero.com now to schedule your service.
once again want to thank all the sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Just a couple minutes away from the drop of the puck here from First Bank and Trust Arena here in New Prague. Non-conference matchup, last one before Christmas break. New Prague taking on Spring Lake Park here today. A couple of thoughts on that game just to kind of wrap up last night's contest with Mankato West, again ending in a 4-4 tie. New Prague had 4 different goal scorers, 3-point night for Caden Brigham. He was our Brandware first star of the game. Gets his second goal, gets 2 assists. Now is a team-leading 8 assists on the season, 10 points for the sophomore winger playing on the second line. Walker Anderson, his team added to his team-leading goal total. Really good game for Walker. He was our second star last night. He had a breakaway goal to tie the game at 2 with just under 2 minutes left in the second period. Keenan Huber lit the lamp to tie the game as New Prague had the goaltender pulled on the power play. So ahead in a manpower 6-on-4, trailing by a goal. Keenan Huber bangs in a rebound to tie the game at 4, but the overtime 8 minutes skating without a goal by either side, and that is New Prague's second tie of the year, ending 4-4 with the Scarlets. The other tie for New Prague was against Lakeville North, section opponent earlier this season. That one was 3-3. Couple contrasting styles here in this matchup with New Prague. Obviously, we've talked about the Trojans' depth. We've talked about, kind of ad nauseum here in our 5th broadcast, how it's a different guy every night. The depth of those top 3 lines of New Prague and all defensemen that dress being able to contribute offensively. Not going to be the case with Spring Lake Park. Spring Lake Park, their scoring, their percentage of points, all of it really from their forward groups, their top 2 lines. So you're going to see Spring Lake Park utilize those top 2 lines quite a bit. So the Panthers don't have a goal yet from a defenseman this year, and this is their 10th game of the season. So you are going to see the offense. Spring Lake Park is going to try to most likely put all their eggs in those 2 baskets, the top 2 lines centered by Jackson Barnes and Adam Kish, where New Prague, obviously story's been told with the depth and the youth and the amount of players with the ability to make plays and put the puck in the net. So contrasting styles in this non-conference matchup between Spring Lake Park and New Prague. These teams did play a 1-goal game last year, and we should have a good one here last game before Christmas break. Let's get your lineups here as still awaiting New Prague to get out of the locker room. Lineups brought to you by Bishop Investments. For all your investment needs, contact Bishop Investments. The flu has gone through the JV locker room for New Prague. There were numerous players who did not dress today for the Trojans on the JV. Has not cost man games yet for the varsity squad here. They're going to dress the same skaters they did a game ago. Carson Ashley will be the top line center. He's going to be flanked by Jackson Whitus and Walker Anderson. The 6-7-8 line, line number 2, a good night for them. Keenan Huber, Grayson Whitty, and Caden Brigham make up New Prague's second line. Taden Krocek will be flanked by Grayson Rue and Jack Fronick. Then Caleb Schmitz also will get some left wing action in on the third line, most likely in the second period if it follows the what has happened so far this year. Defenseman on the Bishop Investments lineup cards, Tyler Applin, who I thought had a really strong game, partnered with August Beckius. August had the puck on his stick quite a lot last night. Was really strong offensively running the power play. Cade Borwidge, the senior, playing with Joey Bush. Again, I thought Joey's 3rd straight game, and he was a positive contributor. And then Riley Krocek and Chase Cloutier make up the 3rd pairing for the Trojans. In net once again, Joey Closey, 10 straight start for the junior netminder. Made some big saves yesterday, coming in with a 5-2-2 record. Save percentage of .895, goals against of 2.88. We will hear from head coach Brad Drazen after the first period, get his thoughts on the first frame. We'll hear our flag bearers. Interview will be at the second intermission. That's from the Pee Wee C team. We're going to hear from Miles Robertson, Joe Gallagher, and Nick Schmidt today. So Miles, Joe, and Nick, part of our flag bearer interview from representing Team Pee Wee C. Want to thank all of our sponsors who make this possible. Brandware is going to take care of our 3 stars of the game at the conclusion of the game. Last night, Keenan Huber, our 3rd star, Walker Anderson, our 2nd star, and Caden Brigham, the Brandware 1st star of the game. All replays and highlights brought to you by Twin Cities Featherlight Trailers and Storage. Camper boat trailer storage available. Call 952-461-6548. Full Circle Mechanical is sponsoring the Flag Bearers interview that you'll hear at the end of the second intermission. Master Electric got their money's worth yesterday. 12 penalty kill opportunities for New Prague, 10 opportunities on the power play, special teams accounting for 22 total chances. I've never seen anything like it at the high school level, and hopefully we'll play more 5-on-5 today, but thank you to Master Electric for being our special team sponsor all season long. Every goal by New Prague is brought to you by Hero Services. Hero Services serving the Twin Cities for over 100 years. We are going to pause now for the national anthem. When we come back, drop of the puck between Spring Lake Park and New Prague Trojans. You're watching Trojans hockey.
Performed this evening by New Prague High School alumna and former girls hockey player for the Trojans, Morgan Urban.
Well done there. We're all set to go here from New Prague, Trojans and Spring Lake Park Panthers. Spring Lake Park wearing the blue, the Team USA close to it, colors. New Prague's going to wear the closely will be a net. New Prague will work right to left. We're going to see energy level here. Enthusiasm, energy level early on. From New Prague, back-to-back. Played on Saturday. Sickness running through some of the team. Numerous JV guys that were not able to dress today because of the flu. We'll see. Spirit, energy level, enthusiasm level early on. Against a non-conference opponent where maybe there's not a lot of hatred that is brewed between the two clubs. Huber, Anderson, and Brigham will start, and we're underway. Puck is down, unclaimed for a moment, and backhand flipped in by Boston Green. Joey Bush on the forehand. Spring Lake Park takes the puck. Here's Green, stick handling, but taken by Huber. 3-on-2, first odd man rush opportunity. Anderson dangles. Hubert's in the feet. Keenan with the first opportunity and rolls behind the net. Huber back to the point with pace. Krochek through. Good tip in front by Anderson. Excellent first shift for the Trojans. As they get non-man rush. I like the pass with pace back from Huber to the point. Krocek gets it through, and Walker Anderson skating through the slot at the correct time with the tip. That's really, really well done. Draws down, and the Panthers claim. Puck's directly behind their netminder. Number 32, Zach Bushy, manning the pipes for Spring Lake Park. As Becky said, a rush, late opportunity, and a say off the post as the speed of number 7, Aiden Armagost for Spring Lake Park. And I believe he hit the outside of the post trying to beat Closey low to the glove hand side. So a chance each here in the first minute of play. Once again, my name's Wade Olson here. Thrilled to be with you. We're underway here. Last game before Christmas break. New Prague looking for their 6th win. August Beckius has the puck, puts the puck on Huber's stick. Keenan will change. And now we see Carson Ashley for the first time. Brigham gets off, and Whitty's on. Walker's still on the ice. Hasn't left yet as Spring Lake Park dangerous coming in. 2-on-1 potentially. Actually, Spring Lake Park was changing. So 2-on-2. Grayson Whitty trying to go by the defenseman. Stood up nicely there by Toby Tranby, the captain, senior captain for Spring Lake Park, as Cade Borwood will backhand in, and New Prague will finish their change. We have Whitus, Whitty, and Ashley playing together on this line. A little bit different than the line charts we're given. We'll take a see how long these guys stay together. Here's Ashley taking the puck back for Whitus at the point. Whitus as Applin tries to keep in. The puck is kept in. Now it's not, and Spring Lake Park will regroup in their own end. Advanced up the wing to Blake Mellum. Mellum as the guys come together. 3 guys collide. Borwidge with the clean open ice hit. Takes out 2. New Prague will come back 3-on-2 because of it. Ashley, Applin shoots and shot it wide. Second 3-on-2 opportunity for New Prague as they keep in. Here's Grayson Whitty as New Prague changing. That's why he didn't have much support. Tyler Applin forechecking, caught deep as a defenseman. And the puck is chipped out. Got support, though, by Taden Krocek, who loses the puck. Here's Spring Lake Park alone with the shot. And there's the save, a right elbow save by Joey Closey. Puck's hammered in by Spring Lake Park. A lot of no whistles. Yeah, just the one whistle in the game, which, if you were with us yesterday, seems like impossible. Here's Grayson Rue. First touch for Grayson. Grayson goes up looking for Jack Fronick. That's going to be icing, and I jinxed it. A whistle 3 minutes and 2 seconds into play. Couple of shots for New Prague. As you can see on the Twin Cities Featherlight Trailers replay, the open ice hit is Cade Borwidge coming forward. Ends up leading to a 3-on-2 and a decent opportunity here for Tyler. And that was a save. That was just above the blocker. Right wrist save by netminder Zach Bushy. I thought initially Tyler fired it wide, but Bushy does make the save. It was New Prague's second shot attempt. Keenan Huber on the defensive draw. Again, Keenan had the game tire with 57 seconds left in the regulation yesterday to knot the game at 4. It was a puck centered, hits the skate of Joey Bush. Anderson coming together with Jackson Barnes. That puck's fired from the point by Berg. It's Landon Berg, the defenseman for Spring Lake Park. That's whistled wide by his partner, Ian Alland. Bush on the forehand. Now Walker. Anderson trying to spring Brigham in, but hits Barsness' skates. Here's Riley Krocek getting harassed a little bit, and I think Brigham's off sides. There's a miscommunication between Caden and Riley, leads to a whistle and a stoppage here with 13:14 to play in the first period. Well, the action without whistles is nice. The 5-on-5 action is nice. And some good things for both teams here early. I think 2 good scoring chances for both. That should be icing, and it is, as the stretch pass on the faceoff play intended for Andrew Clark fails to click. Whistle stoppage here. 13:08 to play in the first. Tenth game for New Prague. Off the draw, there's a shot, and that's whistled wide by Whitty. Beckius on the backhand, keeping in. Jackson Whitus using body position, joined by Carson Ashley. Four-man scrum. Whitus comes away with it. Backhand hits a skate. Whitty first man to the puck. New Prague's energy level is good. That's centered in front, and that's taken by Aiden Armagast. This is Cush wide. Clark skating using his speed, trying to outrace Beckius. But August uses good stick positioning, allows Closey to make an easy stop and a whistle. I think energy level's okay. I don't think either team lacking. There's a feeling out process, I think. Again, we talked about it a little bit. No hatred maybe brewed between the two teams. Back-to-back nights. Check the energy level, but it's okay. As Fronic leaves for Applin. Applin, good pass for Grayson Rue in rhythm. Tyler's going to join the rush again, and that's whistled high and wide over the shoulder. Spring Lake Park has given up some goals here lately. Gave up 9 to Bloomington Jefferson, gave up 8 a couple starts before that. They have lost a few in a row. They have played 2 section opponents. Spring Lake Park took Rochester Century and Owatonna into overtime, losing those both. So 2 common opponents, 2 teams that New Prague beat, that Spring Lake Park had overtime contests with. Keenan Hilbert does a good job turning over the defenseman, trying to dangle, joined by Walker Anderson. Falling to the ice is Trevor Capon. That's fired and hits traffic in front. I think Borwich hit his own off the knee of Brigham. Huber with one hand on the stick. Caden harassing the defenseman to the line. Walker keeps in, but knocked to center by Levi McCullough. Again, swatted into the zone by Brigham, and the free flow hockey continues here. Carson Ashley. Ashley hits the stick of Brigham. Brigham is softly for Walker, as a Walker has it knocked away by Capon. Bang back to the New Prague blue line. Joey Bush recovers and tries to spring Walker, and it's going to be icing as Anderson alone. Boy, Walker said he tipped that one. Anderson said he got a touch on it. Linesman did not see that. Blows it down for icing. Just failed to click there. Walker was behind the defenseman. And a defensive zone draw for New Prague. Puck is down. Here's Berg at the line. Berg for Whitty. Jackson Whitus flying the zone, but Spring Lake Park takes it and fired in by Olland. Here's Ashton Ryerson, 6-point guy for Spring Lake Park. Has the puck. Ryerson was rink wide looking for Jackson Barsness. Barsness has 8 goals on the season. Number 19 in wearing blue. 19 in blue, has 8 goals in 9 games. Scrum along the wall. 4-man scrum again. New Prague won the one in the offensive zone. They also win the one in the defensive zone. Ashley takes the puck, turns it over though. And Berg coming down the wall. Here's Spring Lake Park. Shots on goal just 3-3, 6.5 minutes in. As look at centering pass intended for Green. Good stick by Riley Krochek. And here comes Grayson Whitty with speed. Whitty just on sides as Jackson Whitus straddled the line just long enough. To the line, kept in by Joey Bush. Bush knocked to the wall, and that allows Barnes to have the puck. Barnes stick handles past Whitty, and a pretty good rush there by the skilled centerman Jackson Barnes. Here's Chase Cloutier to the line. And boy, they said that did not come out. Gets support by Bush. Here's Cush. Cush, top of the circle. Cloutier knocks him down. Good hit by Chase. Physical and legal. Grayson Whitty, a fan on the clearing attempt. Had some time and space. Not able to get out. So a couple of chances for New Prague to get the puck out. And it has not done that as Spring Lake Park now has some good zone time in the New Prague end. Whitus tries to clear, cannot, and the forecheck continues. Here's Cloutier. Cloutier absorbs the hit by Andrew Clark. Buying time for defenseman, centering pass. Good stick there by Bush. As New Prague needs to relieve pressure, they do with an icing, and bottled up in their own end some.
New Prague High School girls hockey was at Worthington today.
9:12 left in the first period.
Score, New Prague 4, Worthington 0.
Defensive zone draw, Tayden Krocek, his second shift, centering the third line. That's tipped in front. And the opportunity for Blake Mellum goes wide. A couple guys came together. They're going to wave off icing there. And New Prague will finish the change. In on the forecheck is freshman Jack Fronick, who has an assist on the year. Krocek, Fronick, and Rue make up the New Prague third line. Here's Grayson Rue on the forehand. Beckius coming back to the line, not out. There's too much of the action being played in the New Prague end. I will say the Trojans not giving up scoring opportunities as Beckius tries to spring Fronick. That goes past his stick, and the execution missing from the Trojans here the first half of period number 1. Just got good news. New Prague Trojans girls hockey team took to the road down to Worthington, won today. Congratulations, ladies. 4-0 shutout victory. And let's make it a daily double here. Let's have both varsity hockey teams win today. There's Clark going around players. Anderson comes back. Borwidge will get the puck to center, joined by Huber. Anderson tried to push the puck past Capon, could not, eludes Closey, and Spring Lake Park will try to establish the forecheck again. Clark and Borwidge race to the puck. Back to the line, wrister is wide. Clark on the rebound, left unchecked, and that's fired. I'm not sure if Closey got it or not, but up over the net, into the netting, a whistle and a stoppage. Here on the Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers replay, you see with Clark with some time and space and just went airmailed it over the right shoulder. And not too many scoring chances. Spring Lake Park's had the better of the possession. That wrist shot's into the chest of Closey, makes the save. Riley Krocek behind his own net. Berg comes down on Whitus, pinching in. Ashley's able to take the puck. Carson checking Jackson Barnes. Spring Lake Park reverses. That's in Berg's skates. And here comes Barnes with speed. Too much speed and a good stick check at the last second by Riley Krocek. Yeah, 19 in blue can play a little bit. As here comes New Prague back. 3-on-1 potential. Ashley, stick handling. Carson with a goal. Pretty stick work and dangle, and Carson Ashley lights the lamp, and the Trojans lead 1-0. It started all the way back in the defensive zone. I think it was Riley Krocek with the stick check at the last second on the on-rushing Jackson Barnes. New Prague's able to turn it into Carson Ashley with good hand-eye coordination to keep the puck going forward. And you see the pretty good soft mitts as Ashley with a beauty puts New Prague up 1-0. That puck's fired in by McCullough. So that goal brought to you by Heroes Services. There comes Fronick. Fronick 3-on-2 wrist shot. Gloved by netminder Zach Bushy. Give Jackson Whitus the single assist there on the Trojans' goal. Once again brought to you by Hero Services, serving the Twin Cities for over 100 years for all your plumbing, cooling, electrical, and heating needs. That's Ashley's 6th, 12th point of the year. Whitus' second assist of the season, point number 6 for Jackson. So New Prague leads 1-0. Offensive zone draw, but Spring Lake Park has it. And here comes Armagost. Armagost checked by Beckius. Good positioning by August, and good support back by New Prague. There's a backhand opportunity knocked wide. Point through. Blocker saved by Closey. And third line on the ice for New Prague. You know, some of these guys, Krocek's playing more in this, Tayden anyway, playing more in this first period than he did last night with all the special teams. Chase Cloutier playing more in this first period than he did a day ago. Fronick as well. Here's Cloutier. Cloutier on the forehand to the line, not out. Here is Aiden Armagost. Armagost, one touched by Mash. Centered in front, Cloutier knocks it away. On the forehand, Krochek. I think Tatum had a little bit more time there. There's a good play to Fronick, and Fronick is going to send down. That should be icing. It is not, because it's on net. That will allow New Prague to get a change here with under 6 minutes to play in the first. Again, 1-0 New Prague. They force a turnover. Huber slot, stopped by Bushy, and Brigham sniffing for the rebound as Bushy puts the mid on before he could reach it. I think that's when New Prague's on their best, when they are forcing turnovers high in the defensive zone. That's really kind of the first one, clean one they've gotten, and Keenan Huber with the shot opportunity, and Bushy the save. Here's Brigham off a three-point effort yesterday against Mankato West. Proper angle by Huber on his way to the puck. Good pass for Borwidge. Cade stopping. Across the point, Applin tries to send in. Good stick by Cade. This is Keenan Huber on the forehand looking for Brigham. Puck winds around the dasher. Let's come back the other way. Reversed. Cade pinches in. Here's Brigham behind the net. Caden Brigham. Walker Anderson. His puck retrieval yesterday was excellent. Puck does come out to center. Borwidge will use his body positioning to fire in. Keenan will change. Rest of the guys stay as Walker for Brigham. Back to Tyler Applin. Applin, backhand to Ashley. New Prague finally getting set. There's a shot, and I think Bushy got some of it as Borwidge came down near the dot and let that one go. Puck's into the net, and we get a whistle and stoppage. A good pass by Carson there. Right on the tape of the senior captain Borwidge. No, good deflection. My mistake. Did not get to Bushy. Good stick work by the Spring Lake Park defenseman there. Draw is down. This is Alland. Oh, taking the. Ow! It's an Ashley skates as he was left unmarked in the slot. It was Grayson Whitty. And this has not been a physical period at all. Nothing even close to a penalty. Puck's backhanded through the slot. Here's Joey Bush. Here's Carson Ashley, the goal scorer. Ashley midway through the first from Jackson Whitus. We're going to call wave off icing, as they did say Joey Bush went forward there, could have played the puck. So Closey's going to leave. They got one. Oh, boy. Just a little miscommunication. Officials are going to talk about it here. As officials are going to come together as Krochek went back for the puck, and just miscommunication here a little bit. I'm not sure what happened. As the puck come off the dasher, the puck actually the net is off. As you can see, the right post is off. That I think they're probably going to take this one away. It'd be bad luck for Spring Lake Park. As Joey trying to leave the puck for Riley Krochek and kind of brought it with him a little bit. I think Closey brought it with him a little bit unknowingly. And they're going to wave that one off as the right post was off its moorings. So no goal. And you could see on the replay, as the puck comes, you see as Joey put his right skate against the post, the net does come off before the puck does enter. And bad luck for Spring Lake Park. They are going to get an offensive zone draw, though. But really, there is an off the draw and a dangerous opportunity for Clark. Andrew Clark rips one, and Closey up to the task with a save, and we get a stoppage. So wave off the goal by Spring Lake Park. So New Prague still sporting a 1-0 lead. And here is Bush. Bush taking the faceoff on the forehand will send out that they're going to wave it off. They're going to say a touch by Berg. Krochek racing with Rue. Bush is going to go forward, and Spring Lake Park tries to catch him here on an odd man. As the intended pass from Kish to Clark fails to click. And it feels like a scrimmage a little bit with the lack of guys hitting each other. And that's the danger, like when you talk so much, and I do it, I'm guilty as much as anybody else, when you talk so much about not taking penalties, well, then, I was a basketball coach for 18 years too. You talk about not fouling, and then you end up not being physical enough. So you kind of have to find that medium. There's a backhand left pad save by Bushy. And I'm not saying at all that not play good. It's just the game has such a different feel to it here, as the intensity levels not quite there. Here's Armagost trying to go back. Riley. There's Joey Bush taking the puck. Good defensive play by Krocek, who's had a couple good plays in the period. Bush leading the rush. Here's Joey dropping to Walker, and I think Brighamman was in early for the second time here in the first frame. Once again, we'll have head coach Brad Drazen at the end of the first intermission get his thoughts. Huber, Brighamman, and Anderson with Beckius and Cloutier. The five-man unit for New Prague. Draw one cleanly by Spring Lake Park. It's in Mellum's skates. Campbell puts a little pressure on Cloutier. Pucks at center, unclaimed briefly. Mellum and Brighamman come together. And really the first check of the game is that one, as Brighamman returns the favor there right at the red line. August Beckius in his own zone, trying to generate speed, goes up the ice to Walker. What a pass by August. Walker, Anderson, backhand! And stopped by Bushy with Beckius searching for the rebound. Beckius puts it on Walker's stick with speed. And we saw Anderson, a couple of those opportunities yesterday, converted on one. And the goaltender up to the task on the Twin Cities Featherlay replay. Draws down his witty shot, excuse me, into the ceiling. Deflected by Spring Lake Park. A couple of the Panthers' top scorers, Jackson Barsness, 8 goals, 2 assists. He's a 10-point guy. Adam Kish and Andrew Clark wearing 4 and 10 for Spring Lake Park. Each have 9 points. Each have 3 goals and 6 assists. 4, 10, and 19, the 3 top point getters for Spring Lake Park, as Cloutier will fire in, and Jackson Whitus will be in first on the forecheck. 2.5 minutes to play in the first period. And we've played 5-on-5 hockey throughout here. Whitty turns over the Panthers, and he's on his own. Wrist shot into the glove of Bushy. 12th shot attempt for New Prague in the first. Amazing how this game, 24 hours, and yesterday's game are supposed to be the same. And they don't look anything like each other. There's Applin. Tyler Applin sends through good net front presence by Jackson Whitus. You heard about talk about that in the pregame show. I thought that was a positive of the Mankato West game. Good pass by Borwidge. Applin looking for the streaking Ashley at the back post. Borwidge chips in high to get past the defenseman. Whitus pins Berg to the wall. Taken, though, by Spring Lake Park, and they have some speed. Here's Barnes again. Jackson Barsness with speed, but good stick by Applin. Borwidge with support. Oh, and 19, there's a shot trying to go short side over the blocker was Green. It's Boston Green, and that just missed. Boy, Ryerson left Ashton Ryerson from a high danger area. It just missed up over the blocker. Over the glove. Boy, how did he get it there? As I see on the replay, that is prime danger area and just missed. Had a lot of net to work with. New Prague hasn't lost their defensive zone coverage much, but that was one of them. Fortunate there that goes high and wide to the glass. We are a minute 22 left in the first period with the Trojans leading 1-0. Pucks fired in by Spring Lake Park. I do think New Prague has had the better. There's a shot, and they got one. Clark left alone in the slot, and Spring Lake Park ties it at 1 with 1:11 to go in the first. So Clark from a high danger area, and didn't take long to release it. Did not knew what to do with it, and a well-placed shot. And boy, that's really tough on the goaltender. You know, if Clark waits to accept it and stops it, then Joey could get his angle. But just a good release there by number 4, and Spring Lake Park ties it 1-1. So that goal at 15:49. And here's Clark, the captain. That is his 4th goal of the year. We're knotted at 1. As I hear Clark going around. Cloutier with the shot, saved by Closey. Clark falls down. And Adam Kish gets the assist as Now here's Beckius, and we're going to go. Oh, no, the net's off. Excuse me, the net's off. We'll get a defensive zone draw. That kind of took away a potential for a 3-on-2 for New Prague. So the Trojans will have to clean up some of the slot, a couple guys unmarked there in the last few minutes. So that's Clark from Kish at 15:49, tying the score at 1. If you just joined us, New Prague's goal, Carson Ashley from Jackson Whitus. And that's where we're at, 1-1, under a minute to go in the first. Borwich accepts it from Applin. Borwich with the sneaking Jackson Whitus. Whitus shot and tried to go short side. Bushy with the blocker save. And on the 13th Trojan shot of the first, we get a whistle and stoppage. Knotted at 1. Again, if you couldn't make it to the rink tonight, I hope you're enjoying the broadcast at home. Not gonna lie, voice a little hoarse from a night ago. I don't quite have it all, but we got to battle through it, right? As Whitty's knocked down behind the net. Joined by Ashley. Here's Berg. Landon Berg, the tall defenseman, couldn't get it out. He's playing with Ian Alland. Walker Anderson forced a turnover at 10 seconds to go in the first. As the Panthers flip to center, and that's going to do it for the first period of play. A period that saw no penalties, no special teams work. Each team gets a goal. And not the worst period at all. Really a period without spirit, but I thought legs and energy level were okay by both squads. And I think a 1-1 score is a deserved score after one period of play. So. Zamboni will take we're going to have head coach Brad Drazen join us in just a moment, so hang on there. And we'll summarize the first. Shots on goal in the first period, New Prague 13 and Spring Lake Park 9. Once again, the goals, Andrew Clark is 4th of the year, assisted by Adam Kish for Spring Lake Park. The New Prague goal midway through, Carson Ashley gets his 6th goal of the season, assisted by Jackson Whitus. And the New Prague head coach is joining us now. He's getting his headset on, and we're just a moment away from that. Hi, Coach. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I can't hear you. Very good. Amazing how yesterday's hockey game and this hockey game are the same game.
Yeah, right.
They don't look anything like each other. So, I asked for more 5-on-5 hockey. We got more 5-on-5 hockey there. Your thoughts on the first?
Yeah, I thought there was times where we just had some mental lapses of moving the puck. We looked tired, and when you're tired, the first thing to go is your head, and we kind of weren't thinking and weren't in the right spots. Weren't real clean, and so I think we're gonna have to battle through that. But I think it's a good test for us to have to kind of have to play a different way and force ourselves to dial in.
The goal, we get a real good stick check to take away scoring opportunity by Riley Krocek, leads to kind of an odd man opportunity, and see the skill by Carson Ashley to finish it off.
Yeah, and what I think about that too is it was a direct skill. His skill was showing off, but he was skating, moving his feet, going north. Sometimes we get too caught up going east and west and stopping and starting, where if you attack them with speed and then use your skill.
Defensive zone coverage, good for a lot of the period towards the end. A couple of unchecked guys in the slot in high danger areas. Something you'll talk about in the room? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where we're lacking the mental intensity of. You got a little puck watching. When you get puck watching, you kind of start gliding out of position. And that's what I thought happened there. And so it's going to be just as much a mental battle as a physical test for us here. So I think it'll be a good opportunity for our guys to have to work through it.
Good. Last question, Coach. We want to stay out of the box. We don't want a game with 22 power plays. But how do you find that happy ground with making sure that it's physical enough and intense enough, and there's enough physicality? How do you find that middle ground there?
Yeah. It's really tough. And we talked to some of those guys that have been in penalty trouble lately about that. Like, we don't want you to not be aggressive, but you have to be. Where's the puck? Where's your stick? Where's their body? Those kinds of things. And we can't have any of those tripping, slashing type retaliation penalties, which we didn't have that period, so that was good. And So I think it's just encouraging them and building the confidence. Like, hey, we want you to be aggressive. We want you to go after the puck, but just have to do it within the rules.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's head coach Brad Drazen on the AAI Garage Door coaches interview. Does a good job, and I do think that it's so hard. And again, I've coached forever as well. And it's hey, we got to stay out of the box, we got to stop penalties, but we have to be physical, we have to hit, and it's just really hard finding that happy medium. And I think New Prague is searching for that here, kind of in the last few games. So that's where we're at. We're after one period of play. We are knotted at one. Goals by Carson Ashley and Andrew Clark. We're going to take a commercial timeout. Want to thank once again our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible. We'll wrap up the first, and then we'll take our break as the Zamboni on the ice. Once again, Trojans and Panthers, we're knotted at one. You're watching Trojans boys hockey.
Is your garage door giving you trouble? Whether it's a broken spring, malfunctioning opener, or you need a brand new door, AAI Garage Door is here to help. Doug and his team at AAI Garage Doors bring over 20 years of experience to every repair and installation, providing fast, reliable, and affordable solutions for your garage door needs. Serving New Prague and surrounding areas like Belle Plaine, Shakopee, Prior Lake, and more, we're proud to be your trusted local garage door experts. Call Doug today at 952-465-9409 or visit aaiGarageDoors.com for fast, friendly service. AAI Garage Doors, bringing you peace of mind one door at a time.
Home. It's where your story begins, and every story deserves a beautiful place to unfold. At Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, we craft surfaces made for real life, warm gatherings, busy mornings, and everything in between. From bright, inviting kitchens to calming, beautifully designed bathrooms, we bring craftsmanship, care, and elegance to every space. Whether you're building a new home or refreshing the one you love, Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, you're going to love our work.
If you are interested in a new furnace, AC, water heater, or water softener and want professional and quality installations along with great pricing, give us a call. Full Circle Mechanical, fully covering your home comfort needs. 651-315-2000, and let's go Trojans!
Mental health impacts every aspect of our lives. Yet for too long, it's been treated as a conversation to avoid. At Duck Cup Memorial, we know the cost of silence is far too high. That's why we've made it our mission to bring real stories and life-saving education to schools and communities. Through courage and connection, we're equipping young people, parents, and teachers with tools to recognize and address mental health struggles before it's too late. We do this because we believe no one should feel alone. We do this because every life matters, and we do this because in every season, your mental health matters. Help us bring hope to more communities. Your support, whether through donations, sharing our message, or wearing our merchandise, fuels our mission to end the stigma and build a culture of care. We hope you'll join us.
For over 90 years, Witt Construction has been building dreams in New Prague and the surrounding communities. They're a family-owned and operated business and are proud to be led by former New Prague Trojan hockey players who understand the importance of teamwork and dedication. That's why they're committed to providing their customers with the best possible experience. Whether you're building a new custom home, renovating your existing home, or need commercial construction services, they'll work with you to create a space that meets your unique needs and budget. They also will offer a wide range of other services, including excavation and deck building. So no matter what your project is, they can help you get it done right. Visit their website or call them today for more information.
Hero Home Services is your trusted ally in home comfort. Whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, drains, ducts, or electrical, visit callhero.com now to schedule your service.
And welcome back. Once again, Wade Olson here from the First Bank and Trust Arena. We're after one period of play with the New Prague Trojans and Spring Lake Park Panthers tied at 1. Let's take a look at the first period highlights brought to you by Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers. And some of the action from the first. I like that play from New Prague, Keenan Huber. You heard Coach Drazen talk about it in the pregame show, coach's interview about passing the puck back to the point with good pace. I thought Keenan did that there, and Riley came through. You saw that good open ice hit there by Cade Borwidge. Did lead to an odd man opportunity as Tyler Applin was very aggressive joining the rush in the first period. I saw Tyler joining the forward level and being below the dots quite often for New Prague. This was the third line with the rush. Saw Grayson Rue with a wide opportunity for New Prague. The shot just went over the glove of goaltender Bushy. Again, no power plays for either side. There was Borwidge's opportunity. I think it hit the defenseman in front. Actually, maybe bent one off the stick of Brigham. A couple of 3-on-1 opportunities. There was the goal for New Prague. Again, it started in the defensive zone, but how about the dangle in the mitts? The stick handle by Carson Ashley, netting his 6th of the year. Goes by the defenseman. Forehand back, backhand, forehand, back to the backhand, and really, really talented goal. It was Jack Fronick, the freshman's best opportunity of the first period. Another turnover forced high as Huber takes advantage of that turnover, spins neatly, puts the puck on net, and no rebound for the onrushing Brigham. That was a good pass by Ashley, hitting Borwidge in rhythm as Cade walked down from the point and had the puck deflected out of play. So New Prague did have some good chances. Again, they didn't force as many turnovers as used to. But when they did force some, I think it did generate offense. And you see the speed here of Walker Anderson trying to go to the backhand there and push the puck, trying to hold on to it a little bit longer. And the goaltender Bushy did a good job getting all the way to the post and taking that one away. Well, that's where we're at. We are through one period of play, and we are knotted at one. Goals by Carson Ashley midway through. And then with 1:11 to go in the frame, Andrew Clark gets his 4th of the year for the Panthers and knots it up at 1. So some things to watch in the second period. The period was fine. It was okay. What guys can continue to have legs. Second day of a back-to-back. Again, with some flu going through the room a little bit. And we talked about the JV, who did lose today, 2-0. The Trojans very, very short-handed on the JV. See what kind of spirit, energy level, enthusiasm the Trojans can muster after in the second period. So we are going to take a little break as the Zamboni finishes up. Give us just a couple of minutes to kind of reset, and we'll be back for period number 2. Trojans and Panthers tied at 1. You're watching New Prague Trojans boys hockey.
Trojan fans, the New Prague hockey team is going to read my favorite story, The Night Before Christmas.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
To the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick.
More rapid than eagles his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, on Blitzen.
To the top of the porch, the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his feet, and his clothes were tarnished with ash and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth drawn up as like a bow, and the beard on his chin as white as the snow.
The stump of the pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
A broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself.
A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon led me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work,
And filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
and laying his finger aside of his nose,
Giving a nod, up the chimney he rode.
he sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
And the puck is down. We thought that'd be a nice Christmas treat for you. We got one more for you at the end of the second period as well. I want to thank the Trojans for doing that. As puck is down, here's Caden Brighamman leading an early rush. And there's a shot, short side opportunity from Walker Anderson, stopped by Brody as we're underway here in period number 2. This is Boston Green, marked by Krocek. Good job by Riley playing the man. And just underway, period number 2. Riley Krocek has 2 Panthers to deal with. Spring Lake Park takes the puck on the wall. Green. And both teams are 5-on-5 here. We have not had a penalty called in the game. We had 3 games worth yesterday, so I'm glad to see it. There's Bush. He's marked by Barsness. 19 in blue was a treat to watch in the first. That puck's in the skates of Krocek, and puck is still loose. New Prague a little flat on the first shift, 1 minute in. They've been hemmed up in their own end. As the puck is deflected into the New Prague bench, out of play. Yeah, standing around a little bit on that first shift. Got to find the legs. Did have an early rush as Walker with the opportunity. Is Bushy, I believe, made the stop. Nope, it actually went wide. Just shot it wide, hit the base of the net. Here's Beckius off the center zone face-off. He will fire in. Let's see if New Prague can get some energy going. Cloutier pinches in, gets replaced. Good support by Wojtas, who ends up turning it over. Taken away by Aiden Armagas, who fires in. And Closey will take the stoppage and a whistle. I want to thank AAI Garage Door for the coach's interview after the first period, as well as our pregame show. We will hear, we're going to hear another version, Christmas by the Trojans at the end of the second period. We'll get second period highlights as well. And don't forget our Flag Bearers interview, brought to you by Full Circle Mechanical. We're going to hear from Miles Robertson, Joe Gallagher, and Nick Schmidt as the puck comes through the slot and taken by Beckius. Beckius' pass intended for Whitus, hits a Panther. They are on sides here and dangerous, but a good stick by Chase Cloutier, and Cloutier will safely push the puck into the corner. Good play there by Chase. Beckius goes up the glass, does not get it out, and Spring Lake Park has been the better team here in the first 2 minutes of the second. Cloutier looking for Whitty, kept in by Trambier. Clark, the goal scorer, shoots it wide. This is Adam Kish. Kish will leave for Armagast. I'm going to get that name by the time we finish. As that intended pass misses the point man, Rusty Matchy. And Matchy reverses to his partner as Spring Lake Park tries to come out to center. That's turned over. Beckius' pass again hits a Panthers stick. Borwich goes forward, and Cade will corral the bouncy puck. Sending pass in front, and Rue is stick checked at the last second as Borwich shows some determination, winning the puck and creating offense. Here's Grayson Rue across for Tayden Krochek. That just fails to click, and Spring Lake Park will skate ahead. Here come the Panthers, slowly over the line. They do gain the blue line. Clark wheels, spins, and Spring Lake Park needs a change. That was a long shift for Andrew Clark, the goal scorer for Spring Lake Park. Tyler Applin having a little trouble with it. He is dumped ahead for Rue for Fronick, and Jack Fronick will fire in on the forehand. Fronick gets it deep. New Prague will change everyone except Applin. Four-man change. Tyler will pinch in and keep it in. Keenan Huber for Walker Anderson. Anderson behind the back for Huber, and that just hit the heel of the stick of Keenan, looking to put New Prague up a goal. Once again, if you just joined us, we're 1-1 in the hockey game. Shots on goal now. Spring Lake Park has taken the lead, 14-13. As that puck's fired down, shouldn't be icing. It did hit Krochek's elbow, and Riley will take on the forehand up for Caden Brigham. After it is Walker. Walker leaves for Keenan. Yeah, and they're offsides. Just execution-wise, just missing a touch. We get a whistle stoppage here. 13-10 to go in the second period. Yeah, one thing you see more shifts for some guys who didn't get a ton of action in that special teams affair last night. There's a good stick by Whitty. Here's Grayson Whitty. Forehand behind the net for Whitus. Jackson Whitus knocked down. Spring Lake Park has it. Whitty puts his man into the wall. Ashley comes forward. Here's Carson Ashley with some time and space. Centering pass for Whitus. A little hot to handle. Comes through the crease. And here comes Jackson Barsness. Barsness is taken out nicely by Krochek. As New Prague is adjusted to the speed of 19 in blue. Ashley wide. Working on Jack Chapeau. Krochek will fire a flip to the net, and Jackson White is trying for the tip. Tough one on the hand-eye there. Ashley knocks the stick out of the hands of Chapeau and kept in by New Prague. Oh, what a nice play by Whitty, shot and stopped by Bushy. Boy, there's some talent by some of these couple of sophomores for New Prague. That's Krochek. Krochek doesn't get it through. It's in the sleeve of Capon. He will fire down. And just a weird feel in the rink here a little bit. Yeah. There's a good pass for Tayden Krochek. Krochek leading the 3-on-2. He shoots, he scores! Boy, it hit the skate of the defenseman, and Bushy overcommits a little bit, and Tayden Krochek on the board. His first varsity goal for Krochek. It's got to feel good. Tayden gets one. And just see it hit the skate of the defenseman coming back, and it changed the angle a little bit, and Krochek gets it, and that feels so good. Maybe I can put a life under this game a little bit. Fire up both teams. Krochek the goal. We'll listen for the assist. The play kind of developed out of nowhere. So I got to be honest, I wasn't paying much attention. We'll see who they give the assist to, and we'll try to watch that back as well. So New Prague leads 2-1. That goal brought to you by Heroes Services. And that puck is iced by Spring Lake Park. And Caleb Schmitz on the assist. and also Caleb Schmidt's first varsity point. So Tayden and Caleb each get their first, and that has to feel good. I know the boys up here are really happy with that one as well. As that puck, we're going to wave off icing as they say that either Beckius or Cloutier could have played it. So New Prague leads 2-1. As Tayden Krochek from Caleb Schmidt at the 5.5-minute mark, as here comes Spring Lake Park counterattacking. Clark's shot, good spot, good job by Cloutier. Good stick by Chase Cloutier, taking away a 2-on-1. A good stick placement there, helping out his goaltender as a couple of players crashed into the net and knocked it off its pegs, and we get a whistle and stoppage. So Tayden Krochek from Caleb Schmidt at 4 and change of period number 2. So Trojans lead 2-1. Never a bad play to get the puck towards the net. And that happened there. Just changed the angle just a little bit. Hitting the defenseman's skate, and Bushy couldn't stop his momentum going from right post to left. There's a Walker Anderson on the forecheck, knocking his man down. Where is the puck? Walker bang. I think he was trying to bang it off the back of Bushy. Here's Applin. Applin's shot is deflected. Spring Lake Park's done a pretty good job with their sticks, getting into passing lanes. That pass eludes Borwidge. Will not be icing. First man to the puck is Aiden Armagast. Again, Spring Lake Park, basically all their scoring from their top 2 lines. They do not have a goal from defensemen this year. Here's Carson Ashley, sidesteps his man. You've seen Carson's skill on display. Whitty with the shot, blocker save, knocked away. Applin with the rebound, and they score. Tyler Applin knocks home the rebound, and the talent by Ashley. Whitty with the shot. Applin knocks home the rebound. And that is Tyler Applin's second goal of the year. That's going to be 29 from 7 and 10 for New Prague. Applin from Whitty and Ashley. And New Prague leads 3-1. Maybe the Krochek goal lit a little fire under these guys a little bit here. It's a pretty good rush there. Like the sidestep by Carson. Creates the play for Whitty. It's a good hit by Carson. New Prague leading 3-1. Once again, another Hero Services goal. We're not going unassisted up here. That's assist to Ashley and Whitty for New Prague. Oh, there's a good open ice hit there by Spring Lake Park. Nice hit by Blake Mellum. Clean into the body. Kept the stick down. As Spring Lake Park trying to regain momentum now that New Prague has gotten a couple of goals in a couple minutes. Here's Joey Bush off the skate of Whitty. I don't think it's going to go far enough for icing. It does, actually. As the Zamboni did too good a work after the first intermission. And we get a whistle and stoppage. 9:41 to play in the second. So 3-1 New Prague. We'll have Rue, Fronick, and Krochek. So that's Applin's second goal of the year. Ashley's 7th assist, 2-point night for Carson. Assist by Grayson Whitty, his 4th assist, 7th point of the season. And here's Chapeau with a shot, and that off the blocker as Closey had a little trouble seeing that with good pressure by Spring Lake Park. Looks to center. Here's Jack Fronick. Fronick wide, will send behind the net. Grayson Rule will be the first to the puck. He absorbs the hit by Capon to make a play, and here's Krochek's shot. Tayden looking for a second one, as that is gobbled up by Zach Bushy. We got a stoppage. Look like Grayson shaking up a little bit on that play. As you can see, the save by Closey trying to deal with the traffic is both Tayden Krochek and the Spring Lake Park forward. Ryerson in the way. Actually didn't get all the way through. It actually hit Ryerson on the way. Applin down the wall, Walker. Walker Anderson. Stops. Leaves for Caden Brigham. Barsness goes rink wide. He's going to dump the puck down the ice. We get another icing here. Midway through the second period of play. Next broadcast is going to be Monday, January 5th, as New Prague takes on Hutchinson Again, it'll be a 10-day break for New Prague. They play Northfield on the road Friday. We're going to be back a week from Monday, home game against Hutchinson. Here's Ryerson. Ryerson leads for Barsnish. Coming in the slot, and he's stick checked off the play. He's dangerous. When he's on the ice, got to be aware. Good skater. And it's Jackson Barsnish, wears 19, senior captain for Spring Lake Park. Shots on goal on the board here at the rink, 18-16. In favor of the Trojans. Draws down. Ashley wins it. Here is Jackson Whitus gaining the red line. Good stick handle there. Whitty stays on side. Whitty, good pass for Ashley as Carson's knocked down. Spring Lake Park to the line. The bounding puck is Bush. A tough one for Joey to keep in. He will now collect, settles the puck down, and tries to spring Grayson. Ashley, one touches the puck past Olland as Carson's second move unable to click as Carson Ashley's been the best forward on the ice for New Prague in periods 1 and 2. Here is Bush. All right, joined by Adam Kish. Bush now takes the puck. Goes rink wide for Whitty. Grayson will stop, hold, and hits Jackson Whitus up high. And Jackson will get it deep, and New Prague will change. New Prague gets 3 guys off. Bush cannot get off as Rue dumps his man. Good hit there by Grayson. You can see the sticks are down. Elbows down, arms are down. We have not had a penalty. No infractions in this game. There hasn't been a lot of hitting. When there has been, it's been legal both ways. Just enjoy 5-on-5 hockey, just a lot more. And coming back is Beckius. Beckius is harassed by Ryerson, and we're going to get a trip. We are going to get a penalty on Spring Lake Park. It was behind the play. I don't even think it was the action. It was not the action in the zone. It was behind the play. We get a trip behind. So it's actually going to be Toby Tranby, the defenseman for Spring Lake Park. Takes the first minor of the game. We're over halfway through the contest with 7-11. And the first special teams opportunity goes to New Prague. Be sponsored by, once again, Master Electric. Taking care of all of our power play needs. Let's get another one. New Prague leading 3-1, trying to add to it. Here's Tyler Applin. Bush fires, hits the skates of Olland. There's Borwich. Catches, drops on the forehand. That's fire down the ice. So tripping the call. New Prague on the power play. And Tyler Applin, again, we talked about his increased ice time yesterday with his power play unit. This is Joey Bush. Bush gains onside. Borwich. Here's Cade. Has some time and space. Slot. Leaves for Applin. Applin for Bush. And Bush has the puck jump on him a little bit. Here's Olland. Race with Borwich. And the stop by Closey. And I saw the panic in my eyes anyway. We saw the 2 shorties against New Prague yesterday. And Joey had a little trouble with the bouncing puck at the blue line. And definitely didn't want to see another one. And New Prague up 3-1. 1:15 left in the man advantage. Andrew Clark on the draw against Grayson Whitty. Draw won by New Prague. New 5-man unit for New Prague on this power play. This is Beckius, Ashley, Anderson, Whitus, and Whitty. Here comes Carson Ashley. Sidesteps his man. Goes wide. He's rubbed out by Trevor Capon. Capon has the puck. Spring Lake Park will fire down the length of the ice using the glass. And we are now 50 seconds left in the man advantage. Here's Beckius. Stopping, using the net as a screen, and the Trojans will start their breakout. There's Whitty trying to chop the puck to Anderson. New Prague having a little trouble with the zone entry. Whitus will push forward. Puck's fired down the ice, and we're now half a minute to go in the power play. Here's Beckius. Beckius has his stick lifted by Clark. Clark tries to go up over the shoulder, and New Prague sloppy with the puck on this man advantage. 15 seconds left on the tripping minor to Toby Tranby. Good pass there for Beckius. New Prague gains the blue line. Here's August Beckius at the blue. holding. Stick handling. Here's Anderson. 3 seconds left. Spring Lake Park's out of the box. We are now 5-on-5. Anderson through and he scores. Huber and Borwidge with the screen. I think it went cleanly through. That'll be an even strength goal, and New Prague does lead 4-1. Anderson. I think it went clean through. I don't think Briggerman got it from the high slot. Not certain. I think it's clean. That's going to go Walker. Walker's 10th goal of the season. I think August Beckius is going to get the first assist. We'll listen for a second one, but New Prague, even strength, goes up 4-1.
Number 21, Walker Anderson.
That blocker save by Closey. So Anderson from Beckius, even strength, and New Prague does lead 4-1. There's a shot in front. Green with the rebound, pushes it up over the net. Should be a hand pass there, and it is. Blow it down. And Trojans lead 4-1 as Anderson, buying time, allowed Briggerman to get in the high slot. I think it was Keenan Huber low. And the goaltender just had a hard time seeing it. New Prague, with the goal, leads 4-1. So 1-1 after one. Goals in the frame. Tate and Krocek from Caleb Schmitz, both with their first ever varsity points, makes it 2-1. Tyler Applin gets a goal, his second goal in 3 games, assisted by Grayson Whitty and Carson Ashley. And then Walker Anderson from August Beckius a moment ago. And here is Krocek. Riley Krocek, good stick handle there. Krocek, wide rush, stops. Pass looking for Anderson, but picked off by Spring Lake Park, who tries to counter 3-on-2. There's the wide rush by Barnes, as he has knocked off the puck, and the net comes off again as the odd man opportunity. I give New Prague credit. They do hustle back. They are all in, coming back and trying to eliminate the odd man rush. As you can see, a potential for a 3-on-2 as Bush and Walker Anderson hustling back to give Barzanish a bunch of trouble there. So 4-1 Trojans, 4:11 to play, second period. This is Chase Cloutier. Up the wall for Fronick. Should be offsides and is. So this is Carson Ashley, Grayson Whitty, and Jack Fronick. As Beckius has the puck in his own end. Assist in this game for August. As Fronick lets the puck go as the defenseman pinched. Ashley after Clark. As Clark will regroup in his own end. Stick handling his own zone. As Whitty and Ashley hungry. As New Prague's confidence is growing. Here's Fronick forcing the turnover. Trying to leave for Grayson. Puck's back out to center and taken there by Aiden Armagast. Armagast wide for Adam Kish. Kish slot Clark, and a good save by Closey, who stayed tall as they tried to beat him up over the glove, but the right shoulder save by the New Prague netminder. Spring Lake Park does lead in shots on goal, 21-19. Here comes Clark and loses the puck at the line. Oh, we're going to get a penalty. We're going to get a trip. And for the first time, New Prague goes short-handed. This is going to be Chase Cloutier. Cloutier for tripping at 13:51. And let's see how the Master Electric penalty kill does. 10 for 12 yesterday. Yes, those are real numbers. 10 for 12. And first opportunity today, Walker Anderson and Keenan Huber, the forwards to start the kill. Borwidge and Bush, the defenseman. Spring Lake Park trying to cut into the 4-1 New Prague lead. Good stick there by Keenan Huber. Will knock the puck out in the neutral zone. Jackson Barzanish will circle in his own end, and he will lead the breakout. New Prague did not change after the first clear. Here's Barzanish. And good job collapsing. The box collapses correctly. Borwidge takes the turnover, fires the length of the ice. Huber gets off. Ashley on. New Prague changes 1. 1:26 to go in the tripping penalty to Cloutier. Ashley with Anderson. Walker sprinting forward, and Bushy will put his mitt on it and hold. And Carson Ashley and Toby Tranby come together momentarily. And first kind of any type of extracurricular stuff in the game. I haven't seen much of that. Hasn't been an overly physical hockey game. You've seen skill on display by both sides. And here comes Clark. 1 minute left in the minor. And New Prague on the Master Electric penalty kill for the first time in the game. There's a good positioning by Riley Krocek. Forces the Spring Lake Park player to fall down. Panthers weren't balanced. The pass comes back to center as a Grayson Rue on the PK for New Prague. As Spring Lake Park cannot get a zone entry, as Rue was hanging out at center looking for a breakaway, and it just missed. As the Panthers having trouble getting organized and set. 25 seconds left in the tripping minor to Cloutier. And now Spring Lake Park gains the line. Here's Tranby. Tranby, slot, Kish, shot. Oh, right arm save by Closey. I really like New Prague's goaltending. He's just a junior too. He's got to have a chance to have a real good one. Good shot block by Jackson Whitus, giving up his body, laying in front. Cloutier out of the box. Beckius racing against Tranby. Gets joined by Whitus. Huber high slot. St. Bushy rebound by Keenan, and it's flipped off to the side. Borwood, New Prague definitely hungry here. Borwood shot goes wide. Smelling blood a little bit in the last minute of the second period. Here's Walker. Anderson, Saucer, Applin, goes rink wide. Good cross-ice pass for Borwood, just fails to click. Here's Cade, keeps the puck in, down the wall for Walker. We are going to get a penalty as Borwood hit hard into the wall. We're going to get a New Prague power play. As Jackson Barsness is going to go. As Borwood shaken up a little bit. Referees are talking here. Yes, it's 2. I think they're going 5. That's going to be a major. Barsness for 5.
That's complete fucking bullshit.
So New Prague's going to have a 5-minute penalty, 5-minute power play. They can score as many times as they need on it. So a 5-minute major assessed to Barsness, taking Borwood out along the wall. 30 seconds left in the period. New Prague up 4-1. Here's August Beckius. Ashley, Beckius. Ashley checking from behind the penalty. 18 seconds left. New Prague trying to get one on the Master Electric power play. Second power play of the game. Here's Anderson. 10 to go. From the spot he scored from. Shot in front. Here's Whitty with the shot. Rebound, bang by Whitus. And Bushy with the save with 5.8 to go. So 5-minute major on Jackson Barsness, checking from behind. It was Grayson Whitty from a high danger area there. So 5.8 to go. Whitus, Whitty, Ashley, Anderson. And time will run out, and a good period for the Trojans. They get all 3 goals by Taden Krocek, Tyler Applin, and Walker Anderson, and a good frame for New Prague. They exit the second period leading 2-1, and they will have 4 minutes and 20 seconds left of a major power play as Barsness, a 5-minute penalty for checking from behind late in period number 2. We are going to take a commercial timeout. We'll take a break. We'll come back with second period highlights. And once again, Trojans lead 4-1. You're watching New Prague Trojans boys hockey.
Is your garage door giving you trouble? Whether it's a broken spring, malfunctioning opener, or you need a brand new door, AAI Garage Door is here to help. Doug and his team at AAI Garage Doors bring over 20 years of experience to every repair and installation, providing fast, reliable, and affordable solutions for your garage door needs. Serving New Prague and surrounding areas like Belle Plaine, Shakopee, Prior Lake, and more, We're proud to be your trusted local garage door experts. Call Doug today at 952-465-9409 or visit aaiGarageDoors.com for fast, friendly service. AAI Garage Doors, bringing you peace of mind one door at a time.
Home. It's where your story begins, and every story deserves a beautiful place to unfold. At Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, we craft surfaces made for real life, warm gatherings, busy mornings, and everything in between. From bright, inviting kitchens to calming, beautifully designed bathrooms, we bring craftsmanship, care, and elegance to every space. Whether you're building a new home or refreshing the one you love, Rocksmith Granite and Quartz, you're going to love our work.
If you are interested in a new furnace, AC, water heater, or water softener and want professional and quality installations along with great pricing, give us a call. Full Circle Mechanical, fully covering your home comfort needs. 651-315-2000, and let's go Trojans!
Mental health impacts every aspect of our lives. Yet for too long, it's been treated as a conversation to avoid. At Duck Cup Memorial, we know the cost of silence is far too high. That's why we've made it our mission to bring real stories and life-saving education to schools and communities. Through courage and connection, we're equipping young people, parents, and teachers with tools to recognize and address mental health struggles before it's too late. We do this because we believe no one should feel alone. We do this because every life matters, and we do this because in every season, your mental health matters. Help us bring hope to more communities. Your support, whether through donations, sharing our message, or wearing our merchandise, fuels our mission to end the stigma and build a culture of care. We hope you'll join us.
For over 90 years, Witt Construction has been building dreams in New Prague and the surrounding communities. They're a family-owned and operated business and are proud to be led by former New Prague Trojan hockey players who understand the importance of teamwork and dedication. That's why they're committed to providing their customers with the best possible experience. Whether you're building a new custom home, renovating your existing home, or need commercial construction services, they'll work with you to create a space that meets your unique needs and budget. They also will offer a wide range of other services, including excavation and deck building. So no matter what your project is, they can help you get it done right. Visit their website or call them today for more information.
Hero Home Services is your trusted ally in home comfort. Whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, drains, ducts, or electrical, visit callhero.com now to schedule your service.
And welcome back. The Zamboni on the ice here at the second intermission. New Prague leading a 4-1. Again, want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible all season long. Earlier today, we were able to get, we are flag bearers from the Pee Wee C team, Miles Robertson, Joe Gallagher, and Nick Schmidt. Brought to you by Full Circle Mechanical. Let's hear from those guys now.
Hi, Trojans. I'm here at tonight's PWC Flag Bearers. Why don't you start us off and tell us your name, number, and position?
My name's Joe Gallagher, number 19, and I'm right wing.
Awesome. And who is your favorite player on the New Prague boys varsity team?
Definitely Cade Boydge.
Great. And who is your favorite NHL team?
Definitely got to go with the Dallas Stars.
Awesome. Next player, come on in. All right, bud, tell us your name, number, and position.
I'm Nick Schmidt, number 3, and I'm a center.
Awesome. And who is your favorite player on the varsity team?
Jack Fronick.
Awesome. That's my brother. And who is your favorite NHL team?
The Minnesota North Stars.
Awesome. All right, next player, why don't you come on in? Tell us your name, number, and position.
My name is Miles Robertson. I'm number 10, and I play right defense.
Awesome. And who's your favorite player on the high school team?
Riley.
Awesome. And who's your favorite NHL team?
Minnesota Wild.
Awesome. All right, boys, come on in and give me your best Go Trojans. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Go Trojans!
And good job, Lacey, and good job, boys. They are flag bearers of the day. Once again, brought to you by Full Circle Mechanical. Let's take a look at the highlights from the second period. A good period for New Prague as they score 3 goals. All even strength, as I see here on the Twin Cities Featherlight and Trailers replay. Again, a early 3-on-1. It was in the first minute as the puck coming across is Walker Anderson just missing wide. Kay Borwidge, again, I think Prague was a little stagnant maybe in minutes 2 through 4 there, and Borwidge making an aggressive play in the neutral zone to force a turnover and looking across the slot for Grayson Rue, and it just failed to click. Walker Anderson went behind the back there, pretty creative play in the offensive zone, looking for his buddy Brigham, and it's just missed. Again, I think just missed has happened a few times in this game. How about the stick handle from Grayson Whitty there, how calmly going by the defenseman there. Great stick handle there, a good shot from a high danger area. Still 1-1 at this point, and then Tayden Krocek off the skate of the defenseman changed the angle just enough as goaltender Bushy couldn't recover. And again, sending the puck to the net, never a bad idea. Tayden Krocek's first varsity point, assisted by Caleb Schmidt, sophomore, getting his first assist. Again, it's a 2-1 game. This is Tyler Applin with the goal. Made it through, Bushy making the first save, and Tyler Applin knocking home the rebound. That was Applin from Whitty and Ashley is how we have it up here to make the score 3-1. And New Prague, I think after that, you could see them really, having some fun offensively, a little bit relaxing. I think the Applin goal allowed them to relax some. I think the Krocek goal was a good feeling goal. It's like, hey, our buddy got one. And then Applin's goal, it was kind of like, okay, that's 3. Let's make 3-7. And I thought New Prague really was the better team the last 9 minutes. Again, leading 3-1. That's Walker Anderson making it 4-1 with the goal at the 11:54 mark. Good work by Keenan Huber and Caden Brigham in front. Brigham providing the high slot screen, Huber the low slot screen. And again, I think New Prague really played good hockey after that. And they're going to start the third period on a major power play. 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the penalty to Barzhnish. And even in the last seconds, Grayson Whitty from the slot as Spring Lake Park caught standing around a little bit on the PK. So that's where we are after 2 periods of play. New Prague Trojans leading 4-1. Shots on goal, Trojans 23, Spring Lake Park 22. And one of the stories of the game so far has been the New Prague Trojans netminder, Joey Closey. Again, I think it's been really good after the first few games this year. Not saying he wasn't good in the first few, but maybe as the full-time varsity netminder took a couple games to get into it a little bit. But the games I've been at, even the games, Lakeville South got 6. It could have been 12 if not for the goaltending of Closey. So I think he's been up to the task. He's been wonderful again tonight. He's given up just a goal. He's pushed his save percentage over 900, and the goals against average on its way down. All right, so that's where we're at. We're 4-1. Goals for Ashley, Tayden Krocek, Tyler Applin, and Walker Anderson, his team-leading 10th goal for New Prague. We're going to take a break here, and again, don't go anywhere, though. When we come back out of the break, we will hear from the New Prague Trojans wishing everyone a Merry Christmas once again. You're watching New Prague Trojans Boys Hockey.
Christmas Trojans. Today we are singing Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, hey.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Dashing through the snow in one horse open sleigh.
Over the hills we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha!
Bells on bobtails ring,
Making spirits bright. How fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight.
Oh,
Jingle bells, go all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Jingle bells,
Jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride
one horse open sleigh.
Hey!
And welcome back to First Bank and Trust Arena. We're just a minute away from third period of action, a third period that will see New Prague start on the power play. Their second man advantage, but they have 4 minutes and 26 seconds left of a major penalty, a 5-minute major for checking from behind called on Spring Lake Park forward Jackson Bargenis. New Prague on the power play for the second time, trying to add to their 4-1 lead. Side note, got note up here that Brody Gray, who you did see during that last video, is here in the building today. Nice to see, obviously, you know, everybody at home kind of knows that what's going on there. I don't want to misspeak about it, so I'll stay general, but nice. I know the guys up here excited to see Brody as well as his teammates on the bench today. It's nice to see Brody Gray in the arena, at the First Bank and Trust Arena tonight. Waiting for New Prague to exit the locker room. Just as I say that, they do come out, and the Trojans and Panthers are getting ready for third period of play. Once again, our next broadcast a week from Monday. A week from Monday as Hutchinson comes to town. New Prague has been playing a ton of home games here lately. This is their 5th game out of 6 at home. They'll play 2 of their next 4 at home. Then they go and play, 7 road games in a row? Or, 7 out of 8 or something like that before. They'll have a home game on Thursday, January 8th, and not home again until the 27th of January. So playing a bunch of their home games now because their season will end with a bunch of road games. 7 out of 8, 9 out of 11, something like that, towards the end of the season. 4-1 the count. New Prague looking to get their 6th win of the year. I think all things said, if you said we have 10 games until Christmas break going into the season and New Prague was going to be 6-2-2, would you have signed up for it at home? Most of us would say yes. Now, would we have liked to beat Lakeville North? Yes. Would we like to beat Mankato West? Probably should have. But I do think there's a lot of good things going on here. And a good second period for New Prague as they won that 3-0. Now let's see if they get the power play going. Huber, about here, dangerous right away. The shot, and Borwidge got one. Borwidge on the power play from Brigham and Huber, and 10 seconds into the third period, Borwidge with the goal. From 8 and 6 on the power play, and New Prague will remain on the power play, being 5-1. That is Borwidge's 5th goal of the year for Cade. Team-leading 9th assist for Brigham, and Huber gets the 2nd assist. Puck's down, and New Prague leads 5-1. Another Hero Services goal for New Prague. Here's Tyler Applin firing in. The line goes by Bush, and Applin is back for it. There's a centering pass in front. They announced from Brigham, I think Keenan Huber is going to get a secondary assist on that. Bush leading the 3-on-2 rush again. Oh, Brigham for the 3rd time. Caden offside, coming into the zone a little early. And New Prague will have a face-off in the neutral zone. Just a little antsy. 3:49 left on the major. So we're calling that one Borwidge from Brigham and Huber on the power play at 10 seconds of period 3. So 5-1 New Prague. Here is Beckius. Beckius, time and space shot, and a save by Bushy. Here's Carson Ashley. On the wall for Beckius. Ashley, high, and maybe overstick handled a bit. A good pass there, though, by Carson. Beckius below the goal line to Wojtas. Rolls off his stick. New Prague, everything on the perimeter right now. Trying to break down the defense. Ashley to Walker. Top to Beckius. They are pressuring August when he gets in front of. There's a cross ice pass looking at the opposite goalpost for Walker. August on the forehand to Wojtas. Jackson will leave for Grayson. Whitty tied up briefly. Gets support though by Ashley as New Prague on the power play has the extra man. Beckius to Walker Anderson. Anderson, slot, circle, and Spring Lake Park is going to clear into the neutral zone. Beckius collects there, absorbs the hit, and the puck's on Walker's stick. Here's Anderson. Wide rush, stopping, back to the point, and Ashley. 2.5 left in the major. Beckius' shot blocker save. Wojtas racing for it, and Grayson Whitty will help it down the wall. Wojtas lugging the puck below the line, and New Prague a little slow to support there as Spring Lake Park gets the third man of the puck, and they'll fire down the ice. 2:13 left on the major. New Prague changes half of the power play as the puck is jousted for at center ice. Anderson and Ashley have been on the ice a long time as when they're both going to go now. It's too long a shift, actually, for both those guys there, as New Prague will finish their shift. And the power play, after a really promising start, is a tough minute there for the Trojans. They do lead 5-1. Borwidge takes the short way and falls down. Good lunging play to Applin, though, and the puck is Prague having a little trouble on the breakout here. Here's Joey Bush at the red line. Regrouping. And will take the puck in himself, and will try to absorb enough time. Huber knocks his man down, no call. Spring Lake Park bench wanted a call there. Huber and Borwidge will take the puck away, and that puck is swept out by, now with speed is Clark. That was a good play by Toby Tranby, as the shot by Clark deflected by Applin, out of play. 5 different goal scorers for New Prague in this contest, if you're just joining us, with 13:37 to play. 1:04 left in the major, penalty to Barsness. Ashley, Taden Krocek, Applin, Anderson, Borwidge, the goal scorers for New Prague. There's Applin in his own end. Wall to Bush. Joey Bush past the red line. Just onside. Still has the puck for Brigham and Bush. Caden has it. Back for Joey. New Prague trying to set. It's the second power play unit. Bush through. Wrist shot stopped by Bushy. Screen by Keenan Huber, who's been active in front of the netminder again, providing net front presence. The sophomore. 8 forwards have points for New Prague in the game, as the puck is sent down the ice, and Applin after it. And 1/2 minute left in the major. And New Prague is 1 for 2 on the power play in this game. We've seen the New Prague defenseman leading the rush, and that was going to be a really hard one to handle for Bush. Couldn't keep it in. Brigham leaves for Bush. Sends the puck across the ice, and boy, that's New Prague's got to manage the puck better. Got a little loosey-goosey on the power play. And New Prague's going to end it getting 1 goal on the major as Spring Lake Park is full strength. So we're back to 5-on-5. New Prague 1 for 2 on the power play in the game. Spring Lake Park 0 for 1. As Ashley and Borwidge knocked down Aiden Armagast. Puck sent to Tranby. Tranby centering pass and deflected just wide by Adam Kish, who has an assist in the game. And 2-on-1 potentially. This is Ashley and Wojtas. Ashley fires. Save, rebound, and Wojtas scores. New Prague gets one, makes it 6-1 on a 2-on-1. 6 different goal scorer. That's Jackson Whitus from Carson Ashley for New Prague. Makes it 6-1. And that goal brought to you by Hero Services. Bushy made the first shot, made the first save. Good job by Jackson stopping. See, he didn't fly by. He didn't go to the back of the net. He didn't go behind the red line. Stops where he needed to stop. And Jackson Whitus with the goal, his 5th goal of the season. Assist to Carson Ashley. 3-point night for Carson. Has a goal and 2 assists. 6-1 New Prague. And here is Mashi, that's a shot off the shoulder of Closey. So Whitus from Ashley. And New Prague pouring it on here up 6-1. Just so my guys up in the booth can hear it, I said a score prediction at the start of the game. I'm pretty cool. I got a shot at being right here. So we'll see. As Walker Anderson looking for his second. Behind the net and support there for Spring Lake Park by Boston Green. This is Barsness. Good positioning by Huber and Applin, taking away a scoring opportunity, or at least preventing one. Ryerson. That's Matchie. That's a name I'm struggling with. 11 in blue for Spring Lake Park. And it is Rusty Matchie. Here is Tyler Applin. Again, 6-1 New Prague. Handcuffs Borwidge a little bit. There's some neutral zone play by both sides with 11 minutes to play. Once again, score is 6-1 Trojans. Game was 1-1 after 1 as Borwidge leaves deftly for Applin. Up for Grayson Whitty. Whitty for Walker Anderson. Anderson checked by Capon. Capon puts him into the wall. McCullough pucks in his own end and now out to center. Spring Lake Park they haven't been quite as efficient with the puck. In the first period I thought they were, and haven't been quite as good with it as Ashley knocks his man down. Joey Bush in his own end. Get a lot of 5-on-5 play, just 2 power plays for New Prague, 1 for Spring Lake Park. As Ashley with the pass across, and Whitty was just robbed by Bushy. As what a stop by the Spring Lake Park netminder on a rush. What a pass by Carson Ashley across as Whitty faked going to the backhand, stayed on the forehand, and Bushy read him there. What a stop by the Spring Lake Park netminder, keeping the game at 6-1. As off the draw, puck flipped up into the metal. 10 minutes even in the hockey game. Trojans on the draw. Here's Whitty with another opportunity. The Spring Lake Park has the puck coming to center. This is Cole Carlson. Cole Carlson will chip in and start the forecheck. Carlson comes together with Riley Krocek. Spring Lake Park's third line on the ice. Pass across for Berg. Whitus will push to himself. And Jackson, what a good play. Great hustle for Whitty. Whitty wide fires, save Bushy. Rebound is Ashley. Tried to send the rebound backwards to the slot. Good shift for Whitus. Boy, won a battle in the neutral zone. Great effort there by 20 in red. There's Cloutier. Chase looking for Carson. Grayson Rue took a spill. And then Grayson accepts the pass off the blue line, but New Prague was changing. So Grayson was alone, so Spring Lake Park takes the puck with 9 minutes to play in the hockey game. Good skating there by Aiden Armagost. Armagost splits a couple of defenders. Taden Krocek, the first man there, leaving for Adam Kish. Kish will send to the back of the net. Armquist left unmarked, just missed on the rebound. Here's Clark behind the goal line. Shot by Kish. Cloutier, the defensive play. Spring Lake Park dangerous here. Mashi for Clark. Back to the point, Kish. Kish, point to point, it comes out. Fronick pressuring his man. Krocek, eye off the glass. It's going to be icing. Just eludes the freshman winger, Jack Fronick. And we get a whistle and an icing here with 8:25 to play in the hockey game. New Prague 2 goals on 5 shots here in the third. Spring Lake Park just 1 shot on goal in the first half of the third period. Huber and Barsness on the draw. Here's Cade Borwidge. Head for Brigham. Caden hasn't quite had the game that he had yesterday. Puck seems to just be jumping him a lot, jumping the stick. It's a pretty good play there to Mashi. Applin working on him. He's paired with Cade Borwidge on this shift. Huber, Anderson, and Brigham, the forwards for New Prague. 6 different goal scorers for the Trojans. As here comes Keenan Huber. 3-on-1. Keenan, Lex shot and misses wide. As Spring Lake Park comes back with a 3-on-2. As Tyler Applin knocks his man down. Borwidge blocks the intended pass across for Boston Green. And pretty wide open hockey here in the last couple minutes. Here's Anderson for Bush. Bush forward. Trying to get the puck to Brigham in front of the net, but Spring Lake Park takes it at least momentarily. And they will break out. This is Ryerson. Ryerson has Riley Krocek knock the puck away. Puck's fired in deep. Bush will reverse. And Krocek will take and will skate out himself. There's a pass to Grayson Whitty onto his tape. Whitty will fire and misses blocker side. Back out to center. Joey Bush to the blue line, and Whitty will chip in. And first man on the forecheck is Ashley. A goal and 2 assists for Carson Ashley. Jackson Whitus also a 2-point night with a goal and a helper. 10 different Trojans have points in this 6-1 lead. Riley Krocek on the forehand will fire in. Again, New Prague will end. We'll head into Christmas with a 6-2-2 record. As a Campbell, good pass by him on the stick of Blake Mellum. Mellum checked by Riley Krocek. Mellum spins off him, gets support from Joey Bush. Bush will reverse. And New Prague's puck retrieval not quite as good there. Whitty has the puck in his skates. Turned over. McCullough will fire. Shot blocked by Whitus. Strong third period for Jackson. Kept in by Spring Lake Park. New Prague running around a little bit here. As Grayson Rue absorbs the hit, cannot get the puck out. And now finally Riley Krocek will skate to center. New Prague will change one. As that puck's shot is stopped by the goaltender. Rue is dumped. And here's Arnquist trying to stick handle, but kept in the New Prague end. Excuse me, the Park end. I've made like 8 mistakes here in the third. Get it right, Wade. All right, to center and fired in. That's by Cloutier. Grayson Rue, top of the circle, back to Chase. Chase will fire down deep, make the safe players. Fronick leaving for Rue. Rue tries to walk the puck to the front of the net. This is Jack Fronick. And the puck hits the netting. And we get a whistle and a stoppage. 5:15 to play in the hockey game. This game started the same time as the one yesterday, and we're going to be out of here an hour earlier. Yeah, this one a little more free flow here. Obviously less penalties, less referees talking to coaches. Players just playing hockey. Here's Cloutier towards the net, looking for Ashley. Chase is dumped. Puck's fired down the ice. Should be icing and will. Cloutier and Beckius, the defense pairing. Rue, Ashley, and Fronick. As New Prague changing up the lines here with the outcome decided with 5:05 to go. Once again, Trojans lead 6-1. After the game, to stay with us for the Brandware 3 stars of the game. Fronick leaves Cloutier. Cloutier goes cross-ice dump. Looking for Rue, and the puck's into the ceiling. And we get a few whistles and stoppages in a row here with under 5 to play. Hope everyone has a good Christmas. My family's coming over tomorrow. Should be nice. Warm, draws down, won by Beckius. Beckius sidesteps Armagas for a moment. Spring Lake Park trying the breakout. They try to flip it down as Clark catches, leaves it for himself. Cloutier was on him. Clark has the puck. Spring Lake Park behind the New Prague end. Centering pass in front. Rebound is stopped. I don't know if Cloutier got it or if Closey made the save, but Spring Lake Park dangerous there with under 5 to play, looking for a second. Clark tries to bank the puck in off of Closey's back. Does not. I think Spring Lake Park, they haven't had as many chances as they did in the first period, but they've had some good ones. New Prague goaltender up to the task. Here's Brigham. Brigham holds off, fends off his man. Beckius trying to hit Applin, but timing off just a little bit. New Prague will have to touch up as Spring Lake Park now sends the puck back in the New Prague end. Here's Applin. Under 4 to go. New Prague leads 6-1. Applin will shoot in. And gloved by Bushy. Stoppage whistle with 3:47 to play. And every game has its own identity. It's just, it doesn't matter the sport. Every game takes on its, this one's been, a lot of free flow. Not a lot of anger or spite. No hatred built up between the teams. Has not been a physical game by any means. And obviously yesterday, against Mankato West was different. We've seen New Prague's skill on display. Highlight reel goal by Ashley, the first one. Seen some talented plays by the Trojans against this Spring Lake Park team. Spring Lake Park will go on the Christmas break. They'll be 3-7 as Ashley knocked down. 3.5 to play. Whitus strips his man as Jackson Whitus had a really strong third. Ashley dumps his man. Spring Lake Park won a penalty. That just misses Ryerson. We're going to wave off icing. Borwidge first one back and absorbs the hit. For Whitus. Whitus for Ashley. Wink wide pass to Grayson Whitty with some speed. I tell you what, 10 in red. He's already a good hockey player, but he is really going to be a good hockey player. That puck is sent on and on net. Bushy to save. As here comes Jackson Barsnish. Taden Krocek marking him. They're dangerous, and hits the post. A rush by Spring Lake Park looking for their second goal. They hit the iron there. We'll check the replay, and they come back again. Here's Barsnish leading for Ryerson. Good stick by Krocek. Rue. It's knee, takes a knee into the thigh for a second. There's Taden Krocek. Will fire in deep. 2:25 to play. Forecheck by Krocek, joined by Anderson. Walker Anderson for Riley Krocek. Krocek sends in, blocker save. Anderson still hungry after the puck. Walker, good pass back to Chase. Cloutier with the shot and the stop by Bushy and the save. Take a look at that Spring Lake Park rush. Beat on the short side. And the Panthers, there's Clark looking for a second off the iron. And a good job by, that was, I don't know if it was Krocek sweeping away the rebound there. Might have been Cloutier. But the rebound was going to be a goal, but swept away by the New Prague defenseman. Under 2 to play as that sticked away into the corner. Shots on goal 33-26. Carlson after it for the Panthers. Cloutier on the forehand. Carlson has it. Centering pass in front. As knocked down, Huber comes together with McCullough. Anderson on the forehand for Cloutier. Chase will use the glass. Fire down. Should be icing and will be with 90 seconds to play in the hockey game. So 90 seconds to go. A 6-1 hockey game. Wrote down the Brandware 3 stars of the game. I got a nodding of approval up here, so I think I must have done it right today. There's Whitty working on his man. There's Cloutier. We got a minute 14. Once again, stay tuned for that. We'll have third period highlights, and we'll get you the Brandware 3 stars of the game. Here's Carson Ashley leading the rush. Late for Whitty. Whitty's shot. The puck's rolling, and it's put in. Whitus the goal. His second. And New Prague now leads 7-1. Whitus from Whitty. Not sure about a second assist. And 7-1 New Prague. That's Jackson's 6th goal of the year, 3-point game for him. Whitty's second assist, and makes it 7-1. We'll listen for a second assist, but that'll be 7-1. Jackson Whitty is the second of the period, 6th of the year. And New Prague leads 7-1 with a minute to go. Last minute of play in the hockey game. Who's coming down the wing is Capon. Cloutier, kept in by Spring Lake Park. So Whitus is second of the game. And Carson Ashley will get the second assist. 4-point night for Ashley, a goal and 3 apples. And we're half minute to play here. New Prague leading 7-1. There's Carlson. Carlson, 25 seconds left with Mellum. Mellum fires, he scores. What score did I say pregame? 7-2? Huh. Just saying. Mellum scores with 21 seconds left. And makes it 7-2 on the 2-on-1 rush over the right shoulder. Nice shot there. I'm going to buy a lottery Powerball ticket tonight, I think. There's a Mellum knocked down with 17 to go. We're going to get a penalty. New Prague is going to go shorthanded for the second time. Huber for probably a cross-check. It is cross-checking in the last 16 seconds. So Cole Carlson, Blake Mellum, the goal assisted by Cole Carlson, makes it 7-2. 16 seconds left in the hockey game. So this penalty kill brought to you by Master Electric. 2 for 2 on the PK. August Beckius on the forehand. Grayson Rue to center. Rue will go wide. Goes by Chapeau, and he's tripped. And we're going to get a penalty here as Grayson Rue's chance for a breakaway impeded. That's a good penalty by Spring Lake Park. Taking away breakaway opportunity. Grayson frustrated a little bit. So 5 seconds left. New Prague will get to 6-2 and 2 on the air. Right after the period, we'll have the third period highlights. Summarize this game, third period highlights, and we'll talk to our Brandware first star of the game. That's going to do it. Final score here from New Prague. The Trojans win 7-2. 1-1 game after one. New Prague leads 4-1 after two. And they get goals in the third period. On the power play, Cade Borwidge early at 10 seconds of period number 3, assisted by Caden Brigham and Keenan Huber. And then Jackson Whitus from Carson Ashley. And then Whitus gets his second of the period, assisted by Grayson Whitty and Carson Ashley. Highlights? Shots on goal, 34 for New Prague, 27 for Spring Lake Park. As both teams go into the Christmas break, Spring Lake Park drops to 3-7. New Prague improves their record to 6-2-2. We'll get the third period highlights for you here in just a moment. Want to thank our sponsors once again. Hero Services sponsoring all the New Prague goals for all our broadcasts all season. 7 of them today for the Trojans. Let's take a look at the third period highlights brought to you by Twin Cities Featherlight Trailers and Storage. You get the goal by Borwidge 10 seconds in on the power play off the rush, assisted by Brigham and Keenan Huber to start the period. That kind of put it away. A 4-1 game turns into a 5-1 game, and then it was pretty open ice hockey after that. August Beckius had a couple of chances, but looking for his first goal of the season. Here had some time and space there, but the goaltender played well for Spring Lake Park. Zach Bushy made some really, really good saves for the Panthers. As I remember, New Prague started with a 5-minute power play. That was Beckius' second chance when we talked about finishing up on the power play as Joey Bush with that opportunity through. Keenan Huber providing net front presence throughout. Again, that's Jackson and Keenan both doing that. You see Jackson's first goal on the rebound on a 2-on-1 rush. Good first save by Bushy. Jackson stops at the appropriate spot, and Whitus with the goal. That was his 5th goal of the season. And then Jackson's going to get one late. It will be his 2nd goal of the period and 6th goal of the campaign. Can you hear us down there? Or just waiting for the. We're gonna have the Brandware 3 stars of the game here, as the actually the highlights are done. Brandware 3 stars of the game. The 3rd star of the game with 2 goals and an assist. Senior captain right winger Jackson Whitus is your 3rd star. 2nd star of the game is the netminder junior Joey Closey, makes stops 25 of 27 shots and numerous good saves in the first period when the game was still undecided. He is your 2nd star. And the Brandware 1st star of the game. Once again, Brandware, are you looking for custom branded apparel for your business or sports organization? Our stars trust Brandware. You should too. Joining us 1st star of the game for the 2nd time, Carson Ashley. Carson, you guys have played a lot of hockey the last few days. Game Saturday, a highly emotional game Saturday, emotional game yesterday, 3rd game in 4 days here. You guys get a win, a much needed win going to Christmas break.
Yeah. We really just needed to stay out of the box, Tough couple 3-game stretch there, tie, loss, and we just knew we couldn't be in the box that much if we wanted to compete in these games, and I thought we did that tonight.
A goal and 3 assists for you. Talk about your goal. What do you remember about that? The first one to open the scoring.
Well, I noticed early on in the game their D weren't very fast, so I just caught the puck in the middle of the ice and just told a little move around their D and just got their goalie moving side to side. And pretty nice move,
your line mate, Jack, you played with Jackson quite a bit today. Jackson gets a couple of 3rd period goals. First one on a 2-on-1 rush with you. Talk about he had a really strong 3rd period, not just the goals, but he was all over the ice there. Talk what it's like playing with the senior captain and how well he played tonight.
Yeah, Jackson's electric. He's always got energy, It's so fun. He's so gritty. He's such a great player to play with. He's got a good shot, and he just goes to the net. He knows what to do, and he's a great leader on our team.
1 goal, 3 assists for Carson Ashley, 15 points on the season. Carson, yesterday, being shorthanded 12 times, it's not acceptable. I think you guys know that. Coaches talked to you. Was the message received? I mean, you guys only took 3 minors today. Obviously, 1 with just a couple seconds of the game. Do you feel like the message was received, and that's a better brand of hockey for you guys?
Yeah, we talked about most of our penalties were just us not moving our feet, so we knew we just had to keep moving our feet and use our body more than our sticks, and we did that tonight, which caused us to stay out of the box.
Very good. You guys 10 games in now. You get Christmas break. You guys get 10 days off. You're 6-2-2 after that. Give us something to look for coming out of the break. What's an area that you think that not only your team can do better, but what's an area that you're looking to improve your game going into the middle half of the season?
As a team, we can obviously stay out of the box more. We're a great 5-on-5 team, and individually, I just need to just get to the net more, get more dirty goals, and just play better as a team.
Very good. Carson, Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
That was your 1st star of the game, Carson Ashley. 1 goal, 3 assists, and played was really, really good. He was very noticeable with his energy and enthusiasm all game long. That's going to do it here from New Prague. I want to thank everyone for watching at home, wherever you may be. The Trojans back in the winning track. Hadn't won in 3 games, but the 3 previous games prior to this one. They get back on the winning track. They win 7-2 today, improving to 6-2-2 on the season. Merry Christmas, everyone. Next time we're back on the air will be a week from Monday, January 5th, as Hutchinson comes to town. Merry Christmas. Good night.